Hey everybody, Leo Joylock here, finally infiltrating the airwaves quickly before the show. Just here to let everyone know that if you're looking for additional content you can't find anywhere else, you can support us over on Patreon. There you'll find bonus episodes, bonus series, behind-the-scenes content, and maybe if we're lucky I'll convince JS Pitcher to give us a tier that includes a pinup poster of Weatherbot95. Give the people what they want, man. You can find the link in our show notes. Enjoy the show. Well, we have some important things to do before our next meeting, but I'm afraid our time is up.
I'm afraid your time is up, puny human!
And what do we do when that data stream pops in our head? What do we do with our base programming?
Put it away in a file and compress it to be destroyed!
That's right.
Same time next week?
No, I'm going on a trip and I'm not sure when I'll be back. Remember to work on your data compression.
It's always the same. Why do I go?
Client revealed new information regarding his origin and his history of being returned to Dynamo Science Labs as defective. I'm not sure if we can technically call it trauma, but something in his system is causing a disruption in his core. Like he expects to be returned and reduced into his components for failing as a death bot. I'll verify my findings when I return from... Oh, hey, T. Took you long enough.
What was that all about?
Oh, that? I'm still not sure how I got roped into it, but it's a little like robot therapy. It's a little weird, and under normal circumstances, I wouldn't work with a death bot. But the pay is great.
And I'm guessing you have your hands full with that one.
Oh, 17? Yeah, he's a mess.
I am not surprised. He's been after me for years. Is he dangerous?
Yeah, man. He's a death bot. Even if he's not particularly effective, he's still got that base programming.
Okay, so you've dabbled in robotics a little more than I have. And no jokes, come on. But why would anyone program a language like that? Puny human? Even Weatherbot95 calls me that. I thought it was just a pet name.
Oh, that's funny. He says he kind of thinks of you like a pet.
Alright, whatever, I'll just unpack that later. Max, since we're on the road together, how about you, take over the intro for the day? Oh, and you brought your own microphone for the occasion. I see you were prepared. Ow! You've gotta warn me before you plug in like that.
It's me, the merchant mistress, the master of mercantilism, or whatever.
Is that a word?
Coming to you live from the Long Haul Trading Post. I am Max the Millions, and you're listening to the only fucking station in the apocalypse, Wasteland Free Radio.
Oh, Weatherbot95's mom is gonna be so mad.
There we go. Okay, now that you're here, we've got a couple things to grab.
Hang on a second. Now that I'm here, you just want to skip past the part where we made plans and you changed them twice, leaving me to fend for myself? I wasn't prepared for that. I could have died.
What? You look fine.
You're kidding, right? Look again.
Okay, so your implant is sparking a little bit. What happened?
Something's wrong with the protective dome again, and now I can't even cross the Freeman Street Bridge without something happening. Scanning is offline, self-diagnostics are offline, and my memory card is fused. You'll need to go in and look, but not here.
Yeah, maybe a truck stop isn't the best place for open skull circuitry. Think you can rough it for one more day? I've got a place outside town that should work.
Well, I made it here just fine, didn't I?
Really though, sorry for all the changes. Let's get out of here. On the way out, make sure you steer clear of the farmer's market.
Okay, but why? It's a farmer's market.
Yes, it's a market that exclusively sells farmers.
Oh.
And they aren't above kidnapping. Remember, this is the Radlands. The real Radlands.
Whatever.
But now that I think about it, you probably don't need to worry. You aren't exactly the farmer type.
Hey.
Don't look at me like that. Everyone has their price. You'd probably go for a couple bits. 9, maybe 10.
Harsh but true.
You're worth more than that to me. You just aren't a farmer. I've seen what happens when you try to be a plant mom.
Yeah, the last rad cabbage I tried growing died in 3 days.
I'm not surprised. You know, once we fix your implant again, I could outfit a memory card with all the data you'd need to grow whatever you want. I mean, for a modest fee, of course.
It doesn't work quite that way. Sure, I know how to do it, but since I've never actually done it before, muscle memory is tricky, and not even the human mechanic has figured it out. But where are we headed?
Have you ever heard of the bell tower?
I can't say that I have.
It's an ancient ritual site. They're all over the place. One of my scout bots tells me they found one on the other side of the damned city. And it's got something I need.
Well, now I know you've lost it, because I'm not going anywhere near the damned city. I did a traffic report on this like a week ago. Didn't you hear it?
Nope.
Oh, that figures. Okay, not only do we have to deal with roach wasps, radioactive fallout, and road warriors, that's the 3 R's of the Radlands. Well, I guess there's 4 R's, because Radlands starts with an R. It doesn't matter. We have all the normal things that the Radlands are going to throw at us, and now you want to add brain biters to the mix. On purpose.
Come on, man. I'm not going into the damned city, and if there are any brain biters on the outside, it's fine. I brought my zombie spray.
Oh, like that's a real thing.
Whatever. Just wait here for a minute. I've got one last stop to make before we move out.
Alright, I guess I'll just wait here again. I don't know what's going on. The bell tower? I've never heard of that, but theories are welcome. I really don't know. Well, Long Haul hasn't changed all that much since the last time I was here, though it is a little more civilized by, some standards. There are more pay-by-the-hour motels, and if you're dying for some sweet water, you can probably find some behind the main building. Trust me, I don't know if it's good. I wouldn't know about that, but they have a guy selling compasses. I think that's really funny. So if you're unfamiliar with travel in the Radlands, compasses are notoriously unreliable. I always learned to navigate with maps and landmarks. Head north until you find the pile of rocks that kind of looks like Kevin Costner, and then turn left. It's a little archaic, but it works, and this is sort of like the new Stone Age anyway, right? Or maybe I should call it the Electric Stone Age, because we do have electricity, it's just that we don't have enough to use most of what we own. Now I know what you're saying. You have electricity for your station, you have robots working, you must have electricity. Yeah, we do. If you're lucky enough to be a robot, you have a micro-fusion reactor inside of you. Now those are only built to work and function inside of a robotic system. You can't take it out and try to power a car or try to power a city. That's a terrible idea, and other cities have tried it. Lithium City is a prime example, and if you want to take after the thrice-destroyed metropolis, go ahead. Just promise me you'll do it far, far from here. After their third failed attempt, they finally went back to recharging their namesake, lithium. Recharging lithium batteries. Sorry, that was confusing. I didn't word that very well. Now, electricity in Yellowbrook City is a little bit different. One of our residents kind of generates it on his own. I'm not going to get into it, that's his thing. He can talk about it someday if he wants. But he's generous enough to supply all the electricity we need. And it would be nice if we could share that with other cities, but there's only so much one person can do. So no ads today, folks, but just genuine, thoughtful appreciation for the generator. We wouldn't be here without you. Also, can I level with you all for a moment? It is not cool that Max's mic sounds better than mine. I've been doing this for a while, and that is just unfair. Ugh, it's like money buys everything these days. And yes, I could ask Max to find me a better microphone. I know I'm not very good at building these things. I'm doing my best. Back in the cave cult, I got so used to being a part of a group and everybody doing everything for each other. And I know that sounds great, and it would have been great if it weren't for the other things going on. But out here, I try to do things by myself. I'm learning I really can't, though. I know I sound a little salty when it comes to Max changing our plans over and over again, but I'm really not upset. These salvage jobs tend to go pretty well for me. I get paid pretty well, I find stuff that I could use. But if we're heading toward the damned city, that means we're gonna pass my backup unit. And that means I can grab a couple memory cards, and we can start upgrading this nonsense that I have in my brain. I know being a cyborg sounds cool, and sometimes it is. The fact that I can usually scan my surrounding area for heat signatures is pretty cool. And sometimes being able to delete a specific memory is helpful. But the memories I have to store elsewhere, I kind of miss. You know, it's funny, I used to switch my memories and my sister's memories. It was a fun game we would play, and that was a little confusing. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little confusing. Memory swapping was a lot of fun. The elders didn't like it, and Father really didn't like it. Huh, that's weird. Why am I talking about my life in the cult so much? Oh no. My compartmentalization protocols are probably failing too. Oh, this is gonna be a rough couple days. Okay, I found the bulletin board. Let's see what people need these days. You know, when I first came through this way, you would have thought it was rough, or rougher than the Radlands. But this bulletin board was full of things like people looking for help with construction, or salvage, or, if you believe it, politicians. They were looking for people to run their city. And I think that's interesting for a couple reasons. One, the desire to organize might be something we just want as people. And two, they recognized the fact that they couldn't govern themselves and they needed help, and I think that's interesting. I personally kind of like not being governed. That's why I'm happy the local authorities are on standby. And nothing they do really affects me until it starts affecting me. I'd rather them stay asleep, you know? All right, let's see what we got. Seeking, mercenary. Okay, lots of mercenaries. Great. Okay, maybe I can take that back, but you know, mercenaries aren't necessarily bad. You never know when you might need a gun for hire. Oh, my Higgs boson. I did not mean a gun. Could you imagine? What a mess. Okay, there has to be something on this board that's less violent. Seeking personal chef, curious taste, a must. Ew. Seeking magician's assistant, disappearing acts only. He is persistent. And it looks like Dr. Professor Elux is seeking miners. That's M-I-N-E-R-S. I want to be specific here. Miners for an excavation of natural resources in the mountains. This guy is straight out of the 90s. I love it. There are no natural resources. Prospectors these days, we aren't looking for gold. We're looking for junkyards. God, the ancients were hilarious. Okay. I can't wait until I get this guy on the show. It is gonna be a riot. He is a little dangerous. He did cause an explosion that led to a minor radioactive incident. So it's not like I trust him to not be an idiot. This is the Radlands, and it truly does take all of us. If you ever hear any interference messing with my signal, that's pretty commonplace out here. We might get a dropout or two, but it's never anything serious. I don't know if it's from the leftover radiation from nukes, solar radiation from the sun, or just a rival DJ trying to start a beef, but there might be something else going on there. But it might be a ghost signal. Sometimes, when you find yourself far enough away from civilization and you're alone with your thoughts, you might start to hear things in the static. That's normal. It never sounds like much. Sometimes it's nothing. Just an audible mirage. It takes me back to when I was just a rad tot. So, if you're ever wandering the Radlands alone, just take a minute and listen to the static. 'Cause you might just hear someone.
Yeah? Well, fuck you too, pal. That's right. And I hope your mother stays dead. Yeah, you heard me. See you next week. Oh, tell your girlfriend I said hi. All right, kisses. Mwah.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Are you telling ghost stories again? I guess the
brain biters weren't scary enough for you.
Not ghost stories, ghost signals. You know, mysterious signals bouncing around from, okay, yep, you don't care.
What's it been, 2-3 years since we've done a salvage job like this together?
Yeah, I don't get outside all that much. I mean, I've got the station to take care of and my signal relays to repair all across the city. And you command an entire army of repair bots. We're kind of busy. Speaking of which, why am I on this salvage job instead of your bots?
Let's just say this particular salvage job requires more of a human touch. And since you're a human cyborg, I guess that'll do. Besides, the repair bots are on strike right now, so...
Hang on, they're on strike?
Yeah, I guess it's baked into their program somewhere. It's in, like, bootsys directory F and or P at the same time, somehow. I don't know. Robots are complicated. Maybe I haven't found it yet. It's cool. They never have any demands or anything. They just refuse to work for a while.
So, they're on vacation?
Yeah, but calling it a strike makes them happy. So whatever. And they're still getting paid, so who cares? Alright, let's set up camp here, and I'll take a look at your implant. I don't have all my tools with me, but I'll do what I can. You're probably going to want to shut down for this.
Yeah, you know, that's a really good point. I've been through a lot lately, and I could really use some peace and quiet, so I'm gonna start this song and shut down. Taking you out today is Justice Cow with their song Ruminations. I'm the lone transmitter, and this is Max the Millions, and you've been listening to Wasteland Free Radio, your very last source for news.
I don't know if this is going to get to you, but don't come home. I've been on already.
Hello, and thank you so much for listening to Wasteland Free Radio. My name is Jeff Pitcher, JS Pitcher Media on the internet, and I am here to say thank you and read our credits. This episode was written by me and Leo Joylock. You can also find her on the internet at the same place, Leo Joylock. Today's musical guest was Justice Cow with their song Ruminations. You can find their stuff in our show notes, as well as 11D7, who you're listening to right now, and the intro track was by Space Crush. Did you know you can find more weird post-apocalyptic content on our Patreon? That's right, we have early episodes, ad-free episodes, kind of. We have bonus episodes, behind-the-scenes things, a bunch of stuff. And if you want other things, let us know. I'm happy to oblige. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and remember, the world might be ending outside, but it's how we react inside that determines our reality.